What's going on, everyone? This is Impulse and welcome back to HermitCraft Season 6. How are you guys doing today? I'm excited today because we're going to get something done that needs to get done, and I got a few other things I want to do today. So we got a lot to do. I just want to get right into it. We are going to first and foremost fix this tunnel because yeah, people are getting shot by gas all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger to begin with because, yeah, I want to make sure that if people want to continue flying through here, they can. So let's go ahead and open up this just a bit. And I think what I'll do is even take this layer off. And it's going to end up being a 5-wide walkway, basically. So I believe I brought all the materials. Let's see if yep, I can already tell I forgot one important material, and that is the actual walkway here, the smooth sandstone. I wonder if I potentially have it on me from last time. Let's find out. We had a box full of stuff we were using. Oh goodness, I must have put it away. Alright, so just when I thought that I had everything I needed to get this underway, of course, straight away, I forget something. All right, and then we need to craft it as well. So come on, where's my, yeah, that's the wood box. This should have a crafting table in it, I would think. Yep, just one. Good. And then we can craft this up. I need to get a good mining session going, I think, for some more sand. This isn't going to give us a lot, but it is what we need. We just need these half slabs for the floor because they don't really look any different. Apparently I was using the wrong texture pack last episode. I was using an older version of the new textures, the HermitCraft textures that are going to be the new textures in Minecraft. And you guys noticed, so this hallway probably looks a little different than it did last episode. It now has a little more graininess in the smooth sandstone. And I believe the first time I saw it, I said I wasn't a big fan of it. And this is, you know, I've seen it a few times since then. And still not that big of a fan of it. Potentially, if I hadn't had the wrong texture pack on, I may have reconsidered what texture I did it out of, just because of the graininess that they added to the you know, called smooth sandstone. Anyway, no big deal. Luckily today, this tunnel, we're not going to go very far. It's just to this ladder, and I think I'm going to move the ladder to like the back wall of the tunnel. So we're going to have the walkway going this way. I'm sure we're going to have many ghasts spawning and trying to attack us while we're building this up. But we're going to extend the walkway here, and let me just kind of give you guys an idea of where we're going with this. Let me open this up, and let's see, did I do the height right? It should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, we may come across here. You know what? I'm just going to do this because I think it's going to look better. It's a little bit odd number because of the half block situations here. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess it would be. I guess it would be 5. Ish. We don't have enough gold? Really? Oh, okay. Woo! I was a little worried that we're running out of gold. We are actually running out of gold all over the place. I think if we look closely, we can see a name tag up there. Yeah, you can guess what he's doing. He's crafting gold. I gave him the keys to go in there and craft his own gold because I haven't been doing that enough recently. So yeah, we're running out of gold. People are using it. I don't know what they're using it for. I don't. But if we're running out, that's a good sign. I should be charging more in the shop or something if we're out of stock there, and that would help. So anyway, I want to add a little bit of light in here and then give this a little bit of decoration. I think we'll do this, like give it some trim. I'm going to try to see that I saved on a gold block there. That hopefully will help. And then what do we want to do here? I kind of want to go like make it a little bit bigger looking. So if we do that and that, it kind of gives us this extra shape here maybe. That could look kind of cool. And of course we'll do the other side. So yeah, we'll come in a block like that. Gonna need to put carpet on top of that because one thing we need to do is actually make sure that nothing can spawn anywhere in any of these tunnels. We don't want pigmen even hanging out because they get annoying, that kind of thing. So we're gonna do that. And what else do we need? We want to go kind of up with this a little bit, give it a bit of an arc here. So just kind of continue this out. I hear all these gas noises and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get shot at sometime soon. And then if we go about 5 blocks, what I want to do is make like a pillar. So I don't know why I didn't just grab all the blocks I would need straight away. This is going to look pretty cool, though. And we're going to keep it pretty simple, not get too crazy with it. It's a very short hallway, and it's not that big either. So we don't need to, like I said, we don't need to get too crazy with it. Let's just get some temp blocks in here just to get us off the ground a bit. And I really want to make it kind of look like it's mine. You know what I mean? Like, I made the gold farm. I want people to be reminded as they come through the tunnel kind of who made the gold farm this season, because it's so popular. So many people use it. It's so useful that you know, I want a constant reminder. And I think the best way to do that would be to kind of mix in my colors, the colors that people, you know, my logo they know me for, and that would be the black and the yellow. The yellow, of course, being gold in this situation. So yeah, we're just going to do that. We're going to come up here, get a bit of a wall going, and then I think I'll put like another temporary block on there. And yeah, I want to cover this up as well just to soften it, and then also kind of brings in the look that we did in here. So I think that's looking pretty good so far. So we're just going to do one section real quick, and I'll kind of show you what I'm going to do with the ceiling here before you know, I make a cut and build out the rest of it. I just need to be able to get up there. I can't really reach. And we'll just do that there. Oh, that made it more difficult than it needed to be. There we go. Pro. And yeah, we can come over here. And then I think what I need to do is I need to get an upside down on that guy. So we'll just put another temp block there, and then put an upside down there, and then that's going to be good. And now we need to, I think, come across one more with the black. Is that right? Yeah, because we're going to do kind of the same thing we did at the bottom here with, oops, wrong side of the block. Got to go there. And then, ooh, double place that. Ooh, is my mouse getting to the point to where it's going to be double clicking? That always happens with these Logitech mice. I've had that happen in the past, where eventually you use them so much that they start like double clicking on you. So yeah, I think I might be there. All right, and so this is where I want to do something cool here. These cauldrons look pretty neat when you put them like in front of stuff like this glowstone, for instance, because you get to see it a little bit, and I believe they actually kind of let light through. So that's gonna, yeah, you can see it kind of glowing on the bottom. So that looks pretty cool like that, I think. Anyway, so okay, so this is kind of where we're going with this whole thing. I'm going to, of course, put a little bit of a ceiling on it as well, but I think we'll do these kind of 5-block wide sections here. And now that I'm looking at it, I might take this back out. Now that I see it firsthand, I might go ahead and just copy this pillar here. I think that might actually look better. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that, and I'm just going to go ahead and build it. I got to build this wall all the way down, build this wall all the way down, and we'll put a ceiling on it. And then once we get that done, we're going to work on how we're going to get up and down in a much better way than using a ladder. All right, there we go. The tunnel is done, and I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. What do you guys think? Oh, I was just kidding about it being done. We missed some blocks. Just a little touch up needed here, and then we can say we are officially done. And oh, are you kidding me? One slab short. All right, they're good. We have some more. All right, there. Now we are officially done with the tunnel design itself, and it's all spawn proof, like I said. I think, yep, okay, yep, looking around, it's good to go. But there's only one problem. There's actually no way to get up to the gold farm just yet. So the ladder used to be about right here, and of course I tore that out. So anybody that needs to get up to the gold farm right now is gonna be having a hard time finding a way to get there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to tuck in a minecart elevator right here, because those are pretty easy to use. And I think the other thing I want to do is still allow a way to fly up there as well. So remember, we have to consider both hermits that like flying to places and hermits that can't fly or don't have an elytra, or, you know, in case they died or whatever. So yeah, I want to do the minecart elevator for those that don't have an elytra or don't want to fly. And then also, I need to figure out a way to make it so that those that can fly can do so. And I may make this into like a false wall that looks like a back wall, but it's not. And then you can walk out maybe and then fly up, and then be able to get up to the gold farm that way potentially. So yeah, I need to think about that a bit and come up with something that's going to work for both scenarios. And I'll be right back once I figure that out. All right, let's go ahead and start putting in this minecart elevator. So far, we don't have that far to go with it, but I think I'm going to do something before the end of the episode that's going to make it a little bit bigger. Anyway, I want to show you guys how I do this. I do a block of redstone and I do trapdoors, the iron trapdoors, because that's going to keep them closed and people can't toggle them. I kind of like them better than ladders. I think it looks better from below and things like that. So hopefully we can get this in here, and oop, I need to get up above it. There we go. And yeah, we're going to need to set a minecart kind of like right in here, and that's going to hold it back basically. So let's go ahead and do this so that we have a block to hold it in. Got to put down a temporary block just to put a track on top of, and this is where it kind of gets a little bit difficult. So we'll put the cart on top of that, and then we'll go ahead and break that out and then come back up, and then that should hold it in place. Now what we need to do is see if we can actually reach it from below, because it is quite a bit high. I was trying to hide it in there so you couldn't really see it, but can you actually jump up and reach it? Oh no, we're gonna have to bring it down one, which means either I put a redstone block there. Oh, I guess I could power the gold block, and then we wouldn't even need the redstone block to show. Interesting. Okay, yeah, let me go ahead and do that then. Alright, I had to pull a bit of an audible here because I just couldn't get it to be hidden and still reachable. So in order to do that, I've gone ahead and give it like a step up here to get it a little bit, get you a little bit closer to it. And you still have to jump. I'm right clicking now, I'm not getting into the minecart. You still have to jump just a little bit to get into the minecart, and then from there you'd be able to continue right clicking to go up through more minecarts. But of course, I need to get up in here and continue building this thing up with more minecart elevators to get all the way up, and then yeah, we can come back down through here. And I don't think it would be good to have a ladder at some point to help fall damage as you come back down, so we may have to do that. But yeah, I'll get the minecart elevator done and get that figured out, and I'll be right back. Alright, I think we finally got it. It is now fully in and we can get up there, and all we do is go through here and look at this block, I guess. Nope. It is so weird. It depends on which block you're looking at as to whether or not it will spit you out up here, it seems like. So I may need to do something different, because that's going to get to be a little bit challenging with the other hermits, I suppose. But I did add a ladder in here to kind of catch you as you fall so you don't take damage. You kind of see it from right here, but that's okay. But yeah, it works perfectly. And just a little jump up here, and let's see if we can get that to work again. Look this way, and bam. Yeah, I haven't tested all 4 directions. Let's see. Really, what people will probably most want to do is look towards where the gold farm is, which is right here, and that still pops them out on this side, which is weird. So yeah, minecart elevators are a little bit weird, or minecarts in general when you're ejecting from them. But you can see that we haven't quite made it up to where we want to be. We only get to this little room underneath the bedrock, and then we have to continue, you know, climbing a ladder here. I need to take this all out since this is no longer needed, so we'll just go ahead and cover that up for now and probably go back and fill it in. I need to make sure half slabs and stuff are up here as well, so we don't have pigmen spawning. And then yeah, now we can get back up here. The thing is, like I said, a lot of the hermits will probably choose this route, flying through here, so it kind of stinks to just fly up this little bit and then get met with a bedrock ceiling. So we may have to do a little bit of bedrock busting today. Hopefully this still works. I'm going to get some things together, and we're going to try to bust some bedrock and make some holes in the ceiling large enough to fly through. So there's going to be a lot of bedrock to remove. Alright, time to break some bedrock. Well, hopefully. It's been a while since I've used this, and I'm hoping it still works. But we're going to try to use the simplest way to break bedrock, and it's very simple, but also a little bit unreliable, so we're going to find out if it still works. So basically the concept here is we have this setup going on. We have some obsidian block, a regular piston facing up, redstone block activating that, and then we have a stair in front of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to set TNT on this redstone block. It's going to ignite the TNT. Then we're going to gracefully fly underneath here, and then put a piston facing down. So we need to get, that's why we need to get under here so we can face down, put a piston facing down right here, and of course it's not going to let us place it until this piston gets blown up. So if we can place it right as that gets blown up, then we're going to be able to break bedrock. So it's all a timing thing, and hopefully we can do it. So here we go, gracefully fly underneath and face up, and oh, did I get it placed? I got it placed, but did I get it placed in time? I did not. I did not. That is the hardest part about this method, is getting it placed in time. You really have to spam click. And what I found is that I am just not fast enough at spam clicking. Right click to face that down. So instead, what I did was I created a bit of a macro on my keyboard that I can activate that's going to really fast right click. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to set it back up and I'm going to activate that macro instead of trying to click manually. And let's see if that fixes this issue. Alright, so I've got my keyboard programmed. I have a Logitech G19 keyboard. It has these fancy G keys on the side which are able to be programmed with macros and things like that. So I've programmed it to, when I hold down the button, spam right click. So basically it's going to place a block every millisecond. You can see I just demonstrated it. Look how fast I went ahead and placed those blocks. And we're going to use that once we're underneath this stair here. Oh, I have to get this part down or else it's going to waste my time. I have to get the flight perfect. There we go. And then we're going to get under here. I'm going to hold down that button as I'm looking down, and that should spam fast enough that when this piston blows up, we're able to place that one at just the right time. So let's go ahead and place this down. Let's switch here. Let's fly, get underneath, and press the button while we're looking up and spamming. And hopefully we caught it in time and it worked. We're going to find out. Ta-da! There we go. We broke a piece of bedrock. It costs us a redstone block, a TNT, and a stair every time we do it. But we're going to go ahead and continue to do that because in order to use the same method, now I have to make an area around this that I can then fly into for the next block down. So it gets pretty tedious. We're going to have to do this about, I don't know, probably 30 more times or so to remove all the bedrock in the area needed. But I'm just going to keep busting it out using that method. Hopefully it works, and hopefully I get a lot better at it because I've failed a few times just trying to practice here. Alright, I've broken out a little bit more bedrock, but I wanted to show you something because I've modified my technique just a bit here, and it is much easier. So now, instead of using a redstone block, I'm actually using a lever because that's a lot cheaper than losing a redstone block every time. I can afford to lose a lever. And then also, I'm putting down a block in the back here that I can use to place the TNT against, so that now I can actually get into position first, because I was struggling with that, as you can see, and that's probably just due to server lag or just, you know, my inability to time things properly. So now I can target that block there to place the TNT against. I can look over at this block, activate my right-clicking macro, and it all happens pretty casually now. So I can just look at that. I'm pushing the macro, which should place the block as soon as it blows up, and then we just need to see if it did indeed work. There we go. Yeah, that's so much simpler, and I'm not losing as many blocks. Alright, so we are getting there, slowly but surely. This is a very tedious process, as you can imagine, but I've gotten it now so that the minecart elevator is actually worked its way through, so we can go all the way back down and all the way back up, except we're not quite at the topmost level. I need to go up one more, but I'm still busting bedrock, and it's blowing up the minecarts and stuff, so before I continue building this up, I want to continue busting this bedrock out. The reason I'm busting this out here is because I am envisioning that people are going to want to continue their flight up through here all the way through that, and you can see we have some pretty nasty bedrock in the way. So yeah, like I said, this is a tedious process. I've actually died a few times because I wasn't watching my health and blowing up, you know, directly next to TNT, and I don't have blast protection for some reason. Yeah, it's caused a few deaths, but anyway, I'm gonna keep chipping away at this. Meanwhile, I wanted to run a clip. Cub and I met up to make a deal inside of iTrade, so check this out.
We're here now with Impulse at iDiamonds. I mean iTrade.
Well,
iTrade.
You mean my diamonds? My diamonds. Right.
Your diamonds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. This place has been a pretty lucrative experience for me this season. Although it's been getting slower. Everybody's starting to do their own little villager things now. So I've noticed business decline a little bit. But I don't know, man. I need to think of new ways to bring in revenue in here. That's for sure.
Well, this is your lucky day, Impulse, because I have an offer for you.
Oh, okay, good. I need something to spark this place. Right. So tell me what you got in mind.
Here's the idea, right? Okay, so looking around here, I see you got carrots, you got potatoes, you got a good supply of some things here. You got sugarcane over there, you got some emeralds in here. But what about if you had more to offer here? What if you had things like pumpkins, things like melons, things like wheat?
Okay,
Would that
so
be something you're interested in?
I see where you're going with this because the farmers, all right, is what everybody uses to get emeralds. There's the wheat trade. I took care of the potatoes and the carrots, but to your credit here, sometimes those two trades are not enough, right? They get locked out, and then you're kind of forced to then turn around and spend your emeralds, which is not the best experience for customers. So yeah, I mean, if then you could then turn to wheat. Or, like you said, potatoes, or what did you say, pumpkins, and melons as well? Did you offer melons? Ooh.
Melons as well. Yeah, we have a store called Melons and More. It's not doing that well because I think it's sort of in a corner of the mall, So we'd like to get the product out into the market a little bit more.
Yeah. Get people tasting the product a little bit. Yeah. So
Exactly.
So I'll tell you what. That sounds like a good deal. Now, I don't know if you know, but I actually have a pretty huge pumpkin farm, and so this is my fault. Like, I should be bringing pumpkins in here for sure, because I have an absolute ton of them. So that I probably don't need as much, but melons and wheat definitely sound like a decent idea.
Okay. Melons and wheat. All right, I can do that. Is there any specific spot where I should put these, and what should we do for the profit share? Do you want to go 50-50 on the profit share? Does that sound like a fair trade?
That sounds fair. I supply the building and the trading, villagers, and you have to bring in the products. Yeah, I mean that sounds fair to me. As far as space goes, though, good luck, man. This is pretty tight. So I guess what I'm looking at is we have two options, right? We could drop a chest into the ground right here, right, and clean it up underneath and all that good stuff, or we could just do one chest for sugarcane and maybe one chest for carrots, and you can put them in there. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I think we may have to do both, to be honest. Like we need to squeeze in as many chests as possible to offer as much to trade with. The other thing is, I wonder if there's a better way to get the product closer to the villager you're actually trading with. Like, maybe if we redesign this a little bit and actually like put the chest, there's a chest above his head. I'm wondering, I wonder if we could maybe get a chest in here though somehow, and then the product is just like kind of right above his head, so you can just buy it right as you're standing here.
That could be pretty great. You wouldn't have to move. You could just keep trading constantly. Yeah, that'd be a big incentive. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. As you're kind of installing your system, your point of sale in here, I'll let you decide what to do with that. Okay. I'll put the power in your hands. If you want to put a chest, over the villager or wherever in the ground, it's up to you, man. I'll let you decide. I'll stay out of it and just I'll just wait for my diamonds to roll in. How's that sound?
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Thanks for the opportunity, and we won't disappoint.
I finally wisened up and got myself a blast protection helmet because I died probably 3 or 4 times from blasts. And as I mentioned when we started doing this, the method I was using is actually not 100% reliable. So I found myself now finding a lot more bedrock blocks that just do not want to break. So I'm going to have to resort to like an old school type of method or one of the more, complex ones with the TNT minecarts and timing and blowing off piston heads and that kind of thing. If I want to remove the rest of these, you can see I've only really made this 3 block space right here to fly up through, which is probably going to be a little terrifying for people. Ooh, yeah, and you take a lot of damage here. So yeah, you basically are going to have to fit up through this just perfect, which is totally doable, I guess. But it would be nice to have that 3x3 like I want. So I'll probably continue working on this. I've had enough of blowing myself up and breaking bedrock. You can see how much bedrock we've broke today. The one good thing is the minecart elevator is now working absolutely perfectly as we would want it to. So you can come here, jump a little bit, right click. You got to spam right click. It does work faster if you spam right click. But you can see now we actually get ejected nice and neat every single time because it's held in at the perfect height with slabs. So yeah, let's see the difference here real quick between just holding right click, because I know it used to be slow. So with jump, we'll just hold right click. Oh, actually, it must be fixed because that does seem fine now. Holding right click as opposed to spamming right click seemed just as fast. Maybe holding right click is actually faster now. Okay, that's good to know. That used to be a problem, so yeah, it looks like that's solved. You get back to going fast. Excellent. So yeah, you can just hold right click, get up here super fast, and I'm thinking about extending this minecart elevator all the way up there. So, you know, of course you could stop clicking and shift out of the cart right here if you want, but then we can also just make it go all the way up there, so no more ladder. And it looks like I've blown up some of the ladders with all the TNT blasts around here, so let's fix that so people can get back up there. So yeah, I'll probably continue this all the way up to the top, but unfortunately that's all I got time for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe before you go. And with that said, I'll see you guys again next time. Have a good one, everyone.